Hello, everybody. We've made it till Saturday. Tonight's the live, and we got some things to announce tonight. And also, I'm sure Brooks will be ready for tonight. All of our moderators ready for tonight, and we're excited for tonight. Got a little information we're going to dump on Hunter. And Hunter, I would like to say that I love you and I miss you very, very much each and every day. There's not a day that goes by that I do not think about you or that I do not want you back home. I will never stop fighting for you, buddy. I love you so much. Um, yeah, I got a good one for you today, guys. Hope you all are able to get in with us on the live tonight, spend some time with us, and have a really good live tonight. Don't forget to smash that like button on this video, and let's get into it. Wyoming, the least populated U.S. state, but nonetheless one of the most beautiful and drastic landscapes. From rolling hills and sagebrush to thick forests with mountains, rivers, and streams. That's where I call home. I grew up on my family's ranch outside of Cody. A little bit about myself. I'm 6'4" and 220 pounds. Close family calls me farm boy because of my size, which I take as a compliment because I am a large boy. My favorite hobby is fly fishing. Nothing is more exhilarating than watching your fly get swallowed by a trout. Wyoming, in fact, is a world class and known for fly fishing. My favorite river to fish is the Snake River. It's a little bit of a drive to get to my favorite spot, but it's worth it. My terrifying encounter happened back in 2013. I was 19 at the time. It was in the late summer, July to be exact, around 3 in the afternoon. Trust me, I remember this after this incident. To get to my spot, you have to take a dirt road 3 miles in. And I get to this little pull-off and park, and then I have to walk about a half a mile through the woods. To be honest, I have no clue how my dad found this spot, but let me tell you, it's loaded with rainbows. You come out of the woods onto the shore, and there's a river. It's about 30 feet wide, and on the far side is a fastish moving water. There are many slow and deep pools towards my side that are perfect for fish. For those who are new to fishing, the slower moving pools are where fish like to hang out because they are being lazy and are basically waiting for food upstream to drift downstream right to them for an easy meal. Anyways, since it was 3 in the afternoon, it was pretty warm outside still, so I didn't put my waders and I just walked right into the nice cool water and started casting. I had my fishing glasses on so that the glare wasn't as bad as on the water. Here's where things start to get a little wacky. I had been fishing this trip for the river for about 45 minutes when I cast it again, then all of a sudden I heard a tree fall from the other side of the river with a loud crash. It scared the crap out of me, to be honest, because I was so focused on the river. The river isn't as loud because at this section the water isn't moving as fast. Keep in mind, I looked in the direction of the crash and saw a jet black haired animal slowly walking down the river. At first glance, I thought it was a black bear, but after further inspection, I realized it was not a bear, but a large black dog. Another thought came to my mind as I thought it was a Yellowstone black wolf, but again, I ruled that out because the size was too big. Then it really came into view, and my mind went blank. It came out of the trees onto the far bank and just stopped, looking at me. It had the most beautiful yet horrifying amber eyes that stared at me. It had a wolf-like head with sharp teeth. I could see them glistening in the sun. The white from the teeth really stood out against that very dark, dark fur. It was very well built, with a very defined. It was very defined through its fur. It had skinnier legs, but they were legs that looked almost like a human and defined. Its arms were lanky and it had hands that ended in sharp claws. That was the scariest part. I even remember taking off my glasses and rubbing eyes to see if I was looking at the real thing. The wackiest part is that it walked and it just sat potentially on the opposite side of the bank just like a house dog, watching me fish curiously. I was so astonished and confused that I forgot my line was in the water. Then its ears perked up as a giant trout took my fly with a splash. It looked at me, then the line, then at me, then the line again, as if it was waiting for me to do something. I don't know why I didn't run. I don't know why I didn't feel threatened at the moment. But that Dogman thing just sat there curiously watching me. It didn't mean any harm I didn't feel. I quickly reeled in the fish, and it was a huge one. I grabbed the fish and unhooked the fly, and it was about to release it when the Dogman growled a deep and guttural growl. Words can't describe it. I froze as I saw it stand up on two legs and start to wade through the water toward me like a human would. I started to quickly move to my side of the shore when it did a short but loud grunt, as if it pointed with its claw at the fish in my hand. There were so many thoughts going through my head that I quickly ran out of the water, onto the shore, and I dropped the fish on the ground and started backing ways toward the forest with my hands up. I even remember saying, "It's all yours," like 4 times. The Dogman crossed the river and went to my now flopping fish, as it picked it up with one hand and looked at me with a really mean look. You just don't know how I felt. It then put its claw through the fish's gill and out the mouth, just like a human would do. It then went back into the river, and with the fish now hooked in its claw, turned and looked at me and done 3 points at me like, "No, no, no," or "You're so lucky," or something. I'm not sure. It was just how it done it. It put it in the water and moved it back and forth, washing it off. It then put it into its mouth and got back onto all 4s and crossed the river again. It looked back at me one more time, taking the fish out of its mouth and giving me a little wiggle, taunting me as if it ran back into the woods. I sprinted to my truck, threw my gear in the truck, and sped home. I got pulled over, unfortunately, and told the officer everything that had just happened. I felt so lucky to have got out of there. And the officer told me, "I hope you didn't run into one of those upright walking catfish over there." And I told him I wasn't even catching catfish, I was catching trout. And he laughed and he said, "Well, you're as apt to find a walking catfish as you are as the story you just told me. You got yourself down there, boy, and got spooked." And he told me to go home. I felt embarrassed. That is why I think a lot of these stories are never told. Even when you go to law enforcement and you express to them what you see, they laugh at you or they mock you, making people not want to bring their stories out. But who knows? Maybe they're taught to do this to keep us from spreading the news, because they know if they make us seem crazy that nobody will believe us, and what better way to keep something hidden? I agree with you. I believe that they do want to keep something hidden, that they will make you not dependable. They will make you to where you're not believable, and that will always cause people not to believe in you. And I do believe that happens a lot. As much as I hate it, I also believe that stories are changed. If you hear that noise, guys, that's the kitten. She has found something over there. She's just knocking everywhere. But, yeah, join us tonight, guys. 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to release a little bit. And Sunday, we're going to be doing something really special. We're going to give you the information on it. And I think you all are going to really like what's coming to the channel. But Sunday, we're going to be doing that. We may be doing 2 recordings Sunday. I've got to talk to everybody and find out. But we do have something special. So join us tonight at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's a great way to support Hunter, even if it's just showing up, watching, and giving us a like, guys. The supers will be activated tonight. So we appreciate each and every one of you guys. And we appreciate the support. We'll see you tonight. Can't wait to spend time with you guys. And as always, be careful, keep your head on a swivel, and don't be something's dinner.